So, will building out a bunch of location pages help with local SEO and generate more leads for your contractor, home service, or local business? Well, in my opinion, I kind of think it does. Well, at the same time, I kind of think it doesn't. But if it doesn't take too much effort to build out these pages, I say, why not build them? What's up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Get Busy LLC, helping contractors, home services, and local businesses understand this internet, SEO, Google Business Profile, and getting their business found online to generate more business for their business. In this video, I want to talk about location pages and if it will help with your local SEO and get you, more exposure, push your listing to the top of the search results, and things like that. Now, in my opinion, since SEO has changed so much, especially the last, I would say, 2, 3 years or so, and most people are doing searches on their phone, for the vast majority of those searches, still to this day now, I still believe that a lot of people just gravitate to those ads. And then once they scroll past the ads, they go to the map listings, the organic listings on the search results. And other than that, they're done with their search. They don't really go any further than that. That's just where people go. So knowing that is building out location pages for your business and your website. Is it worth the effort? Does it help with local SEO? I still think that it does. It's just an opinion of mine that if you start building out, let's say, for example, this paving contractor here in San Jose, we've been building out location pages. We're going to continue to add location pages, but I'm going to tell you guys exactly why here in a second. But what I believe is the Google's algorithm, the map listing connected to it, is going to see that he services all these little locations, these smaller towns around San Jose area. And I believe that we're creating a locally relevant page, locally relevant business. So I think Google's algorithm, the search engine, the crawlers are smart enough to know that he's doing business in all of those locations. So the reason that I say why not build all of these pages is by some off chance that somebody types in very, very specific in the search results. For example, on this one, let's say somebody types in asphalt paving, Saratoga, California. The person that lives there, for some odd reason, just decides to type that into Google. There's no other reason on planet Earth that person would actually type that into the search results, into the search engine, unless they need that particular service. And if we have that page built out and it crawls and it eventually ranks at the top of the search results, that page is there, it's available. I kind of see it like you're fishing in a pond or in a lake and you have a bunch of fishing poles. Why not? Why not? Not all the fishing poles are going to catch a fish, but as long as you have all those fishing poles out there, I say, why the hell not? So if somebody types in, for example, asphalt paving Saratoga, California, that particular page does show up on those search results. So that's the reason I do start building out location pages for local relevancy. Like I said, Google knows the website we connect to that listing. It's going to gather up all that information. It's going to let Google know exactly what that business does, where it does it, and if it sees all the location pages, I theorize that it takes that into account. And like so, I say, why not build the location pages? Some of them might spring a lead, some of them might not. Let me show you some stats to back this up because I'm helping another guy who does dumpster rentals. And I want to show you, we build up so many damn location pages and it's paying off because he's got so many pages in so many little smaller towns. And like I said, it goes back to it's like fishing, a bunch of fishing poles in that same lake. It's going to catch us fish here and there. So I say, why the hell not do it? Let me show you the stats really quick. So we got this dumpster rental company. They do dumpster rentals in Madison, Wisconsin, Cottage Grove, somewhere around that area. And the spread is slowly starting to get bigger for his reach for this Google Business Profile, his website, and all that stuff. So what we did, we decided to build out a bunch of pages. This is actually his idea. And I said, let's go for it. And I said, let's build out tons and tons and tons of location pages. And we built it on a hub page right here is what I call a hub page. And you can see all of these pages that we built. I think it was like 40, something to that extent, 40, 45 pages. They're all unique content. They're all unique pictures. You're all unique. Every single one of them. I want to try to make sure none of it's duplicate. It was tedious and boring to do, but we've done it. We're almost complete with it. And the whole idea here is, again, the theory of a bunch of fishing poles, right? Not only going to boost his Google Business Profile to expand a little bit bigger, kind of like this shows right here. The idea is to start by some off chance somebody types in certain things into Google, that specific page will show up. So if you look on the search console, you can see most of them for Madison, stuff like that. But you're going to see these smaller towns. These towns only have like 10,000 people. Dumpster rental, Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Dumpster rental, Verona, Wisconsin. Let's take a look at some other ones. Let's see. Janesville, Wisconsin. Monroe, Wisconsin. Let's take another one here. Sun Prairie, Evansville. What do we got here? Beloit, Findlay, Middleton, Watertown, Cottage Grove. So what this is telling me those pages actually showed up for somebody who was looking for a dumpster rental. So let's say by some off chance, which somebody did here, somebody typed in dumpster rental, Janesville, Wisconsin. Those exact 4 words. We look at this right here, and you're going to see their page probably shows up here. There's their page. Affordable dumpster rental, Janesville, Wisconsin. So again, why not build the pages if it's going to help you generate a lead, right? And the idea is just to build them out. You could sit one week and do 2 or 3 of them. You could do them all in one shot. It's completely up to you if you're in control and designing your own website. Some of these people that I've been showing how to do this stuff on their own, this is some of the things that they're doing. And this is especially important if you just happen to have more than one Google Business Profile listing. There's people out there that do have 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 Google Business Profile listings. Then it's even more important that you build out a specific location page to connect to each one of those listings. Let me show you an example of somebody who's doing that. I built them out their base website, and they're out there doing more work, building out more pages and location pages. That's exactly what they're doing. Let me show you guys. So this guy here, I think he's got 4 or 5 different listings. I can't remember, but I just remember some off the top of my head. So his main service area is Jackson, Georgia. It's pretty near Atlanta. So asphalt paving, you see his listing right here. There's his website right here. Let's take a look at his website. And he built out a bunch of location pages right here. And it's even more important because he actually has different offices, different locations throughout the state where he services his customers, which he got a Google listings verified a long time ago. So I said, what you need to do is build out location pages and connect those specific location pages to those specific listings. So let's take a look at 2 examples just to show you. So asphalt paving, LaGrange, Georgia. I don't know if I'm saying that city right, but look at that specific search. There's that specific location page you built. This right here in the top of the search results. You see, watch when you click on it. Not only that, his business profile shows up right here. And if you look at the business profile here, the listing, that specific page is connected to this listing. So you go on here and it says LaGrange asphalt paving. And there you go. There's that page showing up for this town. Now I did Canton, Georgia, asphalt paving, Canton, Georgia, right? There's his listing. He's got, like I said, he's got another office over in that location. Here's his listing. Not only that, his that page is ranking here on Google. Why? Because nobody else is even thinking about this kind of stuff, especially asphalt paving. So when you click on here, it goes straight to his Canton page. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything Canton, 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 Georgia, right? So that's how you do it. And he built out pages where he doesn't have a Google Business Profile. And I say, why the hell not? Just build it out. Like I said, another fishing pole in the lake. So let's take a look. Driveway paving, Mansfield, Georgia. Right? I did that search term. And look at this. He's got his one of his pages showing up right there. Mansfield asphalt paving. Like I said, people don't really go to these organics anymore, but some off chance by some by some strange odds, if somebody types in those specific words and they see this listing and they click on it and they like what they see and they give this guy a call, fill out this email form, it was well worth the effort. Why not build out the page? Especially if it only takes you 20, 30 minutes to build out each page, why not do it? So let me show you guys how I build out pages really, really quickly for some of the clients that I help. And it's the same process I teach others when they want to do this stuff themselves, what this guy's been doing on his own. He's building tons and tons of location pages. I can see he's doing that correctly. So basically what I do is just make a copy of their homepage. This is their homepage for their main website, for their main Google Business Profile. And all we do is add a new page. Go up here to the WordPress with Elementor. This is the thing that I use to build my websites, and I teach others how to do it themselves. So you just go in here, add a page, right? And we're just going to name this Seaside. There's a city, small little town we want to hit out there, Seaside. And then I just go to ChatGPT and go through all my prompts that I teach in my course and my training, and the same thing that I do for myself. And when people hire me out, I use ChatGPT to help me build out everything. And usually, the first prompt I say is, "Give me 4 variations of an SEO title and a meta description with the keyword asphalt paving and seaside." And then I start filling this thing in. So I quickly just went off and did that. So the main focus keyword for this page is going to be asphalt paving seaside California. Here's the title tag I built out with that keyword in there, the slug, the meta description. I hit publish, publish this page. I go into edit with Elementor, and I've already gone ahead and created a template for a location page. So I get it out of my files here. There it is, location page. I insert this, give it a 5 to 10 seconds. It loads up here, and there you go. And then all I'm going to do is go into ChatGPT and tell me, it's one section at a time. I'm going to say, ChatGPT, I need you to change this line on this contractor's website to focus in on this city, which would be Seaside, California. Change this line to suit this page. Change these questions to suit this page. Change this content up a little bit. Change this content up a little bit. I go and re-upload pictures again for some of these services, so I can rename each pictures for this town. I change the content of each one of these right here, change it up slightly so it's just different in the eyes of Google, but it's still the same thing. Most of the time, I just keep this the same. I change the final call action, create a link that points right back to his homepage, and that is that. The longest part for me is actually re-uploading pictures and renaming the pictures so they fit this location. But then that's it. I hit publish. I'll add it to the menu. I'll add it to something I call the service hub page, service area hub page. So what I'll end up doing is build out another 6 pages here, and each one of these will link to each individual location pages. And like I said, I'm just creating a bunch of fishing poles out on that lake. Some off chance somebody types in asphalt paving Gilroy, right? Perhaps there's a chance this page will show up. Let's take a look. There it is. Asphalt paving Gilroy. It's number 4 in the organic search. Like I said, a lot of people don't go too much, but by some off chance somebody does, wasn't it worth the effort of building that thing, spending 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes on each page, and just putting more bait on another hook and tossing that thing into the lake. So is it worth adding additional location pages to your website and adding tons of them? I just don't see the harm in it. As long as that menu doesn't look all cluttered, if you have a bunch of them, you could always just build up all those links on your hub page for your website so it doesn't look all cluttered up in your menu. I honestly think they do help out. I don't see the harm in it. That's like somebody who's really, really fit comes into me and says, you know what, I do cardio in the morning, I lift weights mid-afternoon. Is it okay for me to walk an extra mile in the evening? I don't see the harm in it. You might as well, right? If you have the time and you want to do it, why not do it? Go for it. Knock yourself out. So, like I said, building out those location pages is really not that difficult, especially with my templates and my designs. So when I do it for my customers, it's kind of like a process I built out over the years to make it nice and easy and straightforward for myself. And now, like I said, that guy, the paving contractor out there in Atlanta, he's starting to do it for himself. And those pages are ranking. He's got a bunch of fishing poles out in the lake trying to collect more leads. I just don't see the harm in adding more pages. So if you guys want help with any of this stuff, want to learn how to build all this stuff on your own, do this SEO stuff on your own, just go to your description below. I have links right here that shows you example of the actual template that I use for contractors, and a link to my training to help you do all the stuff that I do for contractors and home service business owners to push them up the ranks, push their listing profile to the top of the search results. Just one of many things to get your business out there and use the internet wisely to start building out more leads and getting more exposure for your business. As a matter of fact, I've been exploring a little bit with Facebook. I've got a little bit of success. You guys could check out a video right here, how I'm starting to generate leads using that platform. And as I go on, hopefully I can learn how to do even more of it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.